Welcome to World Class Bullshitters, the epitome of pop culture. I'm your host, Jeff Hicks, and with me tonight is the one, the only, Dion Green.
Baby, boys and girls, strap in tonight because this shit, is going to have nuts in it.
Up next, the last standing Samoan, Nick Utam.
I love nuts.
And finally, Kendo Slice.
Thanos meets Van Wilder. A Deadpool story.
So tonight's World Class Bullshitters episode, we're going to review Deadpool. We're going to talk about Solo, a Star Wars story, and now that Lando's a pansexual, we can listen to Dion's heartbreak on air in front of hundreds and hundreds of people.
No, fuck you and fuck that bullshit.
Yeah, you know it's stupid too. But before we get into all that fun stuff, let's give a very special shout out to our listener of the week, Red Shadow 113. Now, we give listener of the week to people who make us laugh or, do this or do that. But Red Shadow 113 is a very special listener because that person, I'll just say that dude retweets almost everything we do with constant hashtags and has really helped the channel. So Red Shadow 113, we'd like to thank you very much. Also, very special shout out to our listener of the meme winner of the week. It goes to, where are they at? Crap. I'm still not used to doing live episodes. Here we go.
Jeff, you had one job. You had one job.
The person that made this. There we go. This Star Wars Infinity Wars thing.
Oh, okay. I see it. Yeah.
Dion, turn your shit down.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah, you're bad. Bitch. I mean, we are friends after all, but fuck you. God damn it, now your phone?
Jesus Christ.
You are single-handedly
more stuff. I'm sorry.
You are single-handedly ruining world-class bullshitters.
That is not it, sir.
All right, you're not Dustin, but I still hear myself. And we're good. Nope, we're not. So anyway, folks, let's talk about. God damn it, Dion.
What?
I keep hearing myself echo from your TV. Put the PlayStation controller down.
It's not through the PlayStation. God damn it.
Okay. Now we're good. All right. So tonight we saw the third comic book movie of the year, Deadpool 2. Now, I'll save my opinions for Deadpool 2 for a little later on, but just a warning. We're going to go into some spoilers in a few moments. So if you want to mute yourselves for about 10 minutes, we'll then have a whole nother episode to go into. So, Nick, what did you think of Deadpool 2?
I liked it. A little bit more serious than the first one. But, I figured they would go that route because they needed to kind of flesh out the character a little more. He is the same funny, sarcastic asshole. But, I know why they did what they did. So I was accepting of that.
Kendo.
I agree with Riverboat Nick. I thought it was a good movie. Not a great movie, but a good movie. It had a lot of really funny parts. Kind of kept with the spirit of things, and it was a fun watch.
Dion.
I thought it was actually a great movie. I 100% loved it. I thought the fourth wall breaks did get on my nerves admittedly, but I think it kept in perfect sync with the first film. It held true to what the character was. I think that it held true to the mood of the film, and I would definitely say that it's a great movie.
All right, well, you are way too excited. It was fine. It was good. I enjoyed it. It was like a 7 out of 10 for me, but the magic just isn't there from the first Deadpool. It was too much of the same shit from the first movie. Like, there were a couple jokes here and there that were wholly unique and different, but it was the same gray, ugly movie with really good jokes here and there, and then it has like an okay climax. Like, I didn't think I thought the Vanessa Deadpool part when he dies was cool, but other than that, I wasn't really like blown away by anything in this film.
I mean, I got to disagree. I mean, it was. I mean, they couldn't redo the first one. There's no way you can do that. It was so good. So they had to go a different route, and they kind of went with a more serious route. And I mean, to me, anyways, it didn't seem like it was like the first one at all. I mean, yeah, it's obviously familiar, but it's not like that. They had to give him a reason to, I guess, be in this movie, and they did really well. And like, he kept trying to find his way or find his heart or whatever they were saying in the movie, and he did, and it ended up being a really good movie, and I was really happy with it.
Kendo?
I'm kind of in line with you. It was definitely nowhere near the first one. I actually was thinking about it on the way home. I would probably give it a 7.5. Whereas the first one I would say is an easy 9.
Oh God, yeah.
And
definitely.
Yeah, like it was kind of like watching, it essentially was the sequel. It was a movie that was not as good as the original. And there was just some scenes that kind of dragged a little bit. It wasn't as fast paced as the original movie. And the jokes were good and the action was good. It just, something just didn't seem to be there from the first. I couldn't put my finger on it, but there was something that just wasn't there that made it anywhere near as good as the first one.
To me, it was either the novelty wasn't there, or I think it was just the novelty. Like when you first saw Deadpool, the original one, you're like, oh my God, the X-Mansion and this and that and the other. And like the only awesome joke from that scene to me was when the X-Men were actually there in the movie. Like when they closed the door. Like I laughed my ass off.
Oh my God. That was at that point I felt like the whole movie was a fucking parody, and I couldn't stop laughing at that scene at all, man. Oh, it was so hilarious.
I don't know if I'd say Deadpool 2 is the Iron Man 2 of the franchise, but it's not a bad movie at all. Like,
I wouldn't even put that in the same ballpark as Iron Man 2. Iron Man 2 had a lot of boring aspects. I think, Deadpool 2, I think, obviously, I'm on the outskirts on this one. I thought it was just as good as the first one, but Iron Man 2, there were so many points where they didn't show Iron Man being Iron Man. That definitely didn't happen with this one.
Yeah, plus you had almost like, I think you had like 2 bad guys in Iron Man 2, and it wanted to be Iron Man 1 again real bad, and it couldn't because it obviously wasn't. This one I felt like they dove into the character way more, and they gave him way more feeling, a little bit more emotion. He was still a funny, sarcastic asshole, still loved him to death, still a good movie. It was just,
but there's no interesting villain. Like Cable's really not that bad of a guy.
No.
At least he has a reason to go after Francis. Like, oh, I gotta find my.
Anybody else?
What?
I was gonna say, did anybody else find it a little surreal that he's also got a time stone in this one too? I'm just like, wait a second.
And he uses it. Yeah. It's a little weird.
Well, my problem was like his motivation just felt weak. It's like, oh, well, Vanessa died, and then he's like, oh, you got to find your family and find your heart and all this stuff. So like this random fat kid, that's it. Like that's the crux of the movie. This kid. It almost felt like X-Men Days of Future Past.
I was gonna say I'm right there with you. I'll agree with that one. That definitely seemed like if Days of Future Past were R-rated, that's what this one was. Because which I get, because it's hard for a sequel to a film where the main character is essentially a crazy person who can't die. It's hard for that person to have motivation, and that's what I love about this one is I got the motivation. Like his whole motivation was Vanessa in the first one, and then in this one, she's dead. So they're about to start a family, and he's looking to kill himself. And then he finds this kid. I thought that was very refreshing, especially when Cable's like, "Oh, my wife did the same thing. She masked her sorrow with humor." I was like, holy shit. I mean, that's what I thought was so good about this film was it's hard to make you care about what Deadpool cares about in the film because he's funny and he says shit. And I thought this one did a very good job of that, of trying to kill himself. He wants to redeem himself with helping this kid. And I like that a lot. Yeah,
like he kept trying and trying and trying. And it was just amazing that he was wanting to complete the mission and do good by the kid.
But the character's not even the same character from the first movie.
No, of course, he's not, because his girlfriend dies. He has.
But that's like the dumbest fucking reason to change Deadpool. Oh, his girlfriend died. Okay, I get it, but like the irreverent humor of this movie, it was there. But it wasn't as sharp as the first one, and that's a problem because you don't have the same director. The dude that directed this movie was like Ryan Reynolds had too much control. Like we get the same fucking Green Lantern joke. Like I get it. You made that joke in the first movie. Let it go. You didn't like being in Green Lantern. Oh, you didn't like Wolverine X-Men Origins. We get it. Get the fuck over it. The movie was almost 10 years ago. Like, it was funny when he had the little action figure in the first one as a little nod, but then he brings a Wolverine action figure in it, and then he shoots it. He goes and travels through time to shoot himself. Like, it was just the same joke twice. Like, it wasn't as funny the second time. We got a super chat real quick from Mexi Man and Cheese. Broken Record asks, have you guys seen Cobra Kai yet? I'm not going to pay for YouTube Red, so if it ever comes out, if it comes to regular YouTube or Nick torrents it or something, I'll check it. I'm not joining YouTube Red. I'm sorry.
Like no, that's how I feel as well too. Is it's like I'm not going to pay for YouTube Red. If I find it by other means, I'll figure it out.
I'm not 100% positive, but I think you can get a like free pass for a few days or something like that to try it, and you could always just try it, binge it. It's like 7 or 8 episodes, and then just be like, yeah, I'm not interested. Sorry. And then.
Well, Dion has seen it. So, Dion, let's give our friend Mexi Man and Cheese an answer, because you saw it. You're a Karate Kid fan like I am. What did you think?
I loved it. I think it's very arguable that Cobra Kai is better than the Karate Kid. They do a great job of actually getting in to Johnny Lawrence and getting it from his perspective, where a lot of it you're like, wow, Daniel LaRusso is a fucking little dick. And it's even, they kind of go on to the whole next generation thing, which a lot of films have a problem doing that. It comes off as fucking forced. This one is very natural with him being a sensei, and he's still kind of the asshole Johnny Lawrence from the movie, but he's learning to do things, and obviously the references to the movie are hilarious. Some of it can get a little heavy-handed with, the bullshit with his son. But overall, that doesn't detract from the overall project, which I would, like I said, luckily I have Google Play, so that's why I could watch YouTube Red, but I would highly recommend it. I fucking loved Cobra Kai.
Now, Cthulhu Cow asks, I'm late, but is Glover a pole smoker? Well, actually, Cthulhu Cow, you're not too late for any of the Donglover chat, because we haven't gotten there yet. Obviously, we have Star Wars in the title card, but we always review the new movie first. So this week is Deadpool. I don't think we have another movie for the channel. We have Solo next week, and then nothing for months.
Yep. Yeah, that's true.
So,
that's true.
So yeah. Ant-Man and the Twat.
Yeah, that's in July.
And his name is Cthulhu Chow.
Oh, Cthulhu Chow. Sorry. I thought it was
always
Cthulhu Chow. But yeah, back to Deadpool 2. I will probably own this on Blu-ray if it's $7.
Oh, it's a Black Friday pickup.
It's a Black Friday pickup for me, but I'll go out and say, just for me, this was my least favorite superhero movie of all the ones we've seen this year.
Damn, I mean, only 3, but that's cool. I mean,
Avengers: Infinity War is like the best one we've ever
seen.
Yeah,
definitely, yeah.
So we're not even like, I don't think Deadpool 2 is even in the same hemisphere is Avengers: Infinity War. That was a big game changer. This was nice and fun, and you could watch it on a weekend or something and then go out and drink at night, but I didn't come.
You're comparing a decent TV show to the fucking Citizen Kane of
comic book movies.
Of comic book movie. It's kind of tough to, it's kind of a little toughy.
Well, I'm just saying, like,
show to Citizen Kane, it's kind of hard.
Well, I mean, if I rank it against every movie I've seen in theaters, it's still my least favorite movie of everything I've seen in theaters. I've only seen 4 or 5 movies. Well, the thing is, I haven't seen like 30 movies. I saw Avengers, I saw Ready Player One, I saw Black Panther, I saw Jumanji, and I saw this. I like all those movies more.
I was trying to think.
What's definitely easily better than Jumanji. For sure.
No, it is definitely not better than Jumanji. Oh, yeah. There is nothing in this movie that makes me go, that was different or that was cool. It's like, hey, basically this movie is like internet the movie. Like if you hang out on Facebook with people that talk about comic book movies, like this is it. It's just everything people on the internet talk about.
This is everyone on the internet if they were actually capable of writing a good film, for sure. Because at least,
yeah, but
go ahead.
It wasn't like a well-written movie.
I think it wasn't.
I mean, here's the thing.
You have the reference. Even if you incorporate, his relationship with the X-Men is a different place than it is in the first film. Even Colossus has a little bit more goddamn personality. I mean, you have the outside of that bullshit with TJ Miller. Even Dopinder is a better character than he was in the first film. Even if you take away Vanessa's like that small bit before she gets fucking Bullet Cat. I mean their relationships at a different level, and then obviously with everything going on, I mean the baby legs joke, like I said, the fourth wall thing definitely gets on my nerves after a little bit while. But even as the movie goes on, even Cable has a sense of humor that it garners a chuckle. I mean, there are so many parts of this film that they built on from the first one, and they did a fantastic job of that.
Well, the thing is, all the best parts were in the trailer. There's only one part from the movie that's not in the trailer at all, and that's the Juggernaut.
Well, even then, talk about the trailer. They put fake action scenes with some of X-Force, and they're not even in the movie.
But I don't care about the fake action scenes. I don't go to this movie to be blown away by the action. I go to see a funny movie, a comic book movie. Right, this is a straight up comedy. All the good jokes were in the trailer. Like they can't obviously say
trailer.
I don't consider Baby Legs the best joke of the movie. It's the same. It's Baby Hand, the same joke. It's like, hey, I lose a body part. Let's rehash the same joke from the other movie. Oh, this time it's a baby legs and dick. Like, ha ha ha. Great. It was really different and funny in the first one when it's like, oh, Deadpool's hand, it regrows and all this shit. And then you get this. It's like, oh, okay, it's funny, but it's derivative.
But I mean, that's a problem that you're going to have in a lot of sequels. I mean, at least.
But that doesn't pass this movie off. It doesn't give it a. Oh well, it's other movies do it. That's fine. But we're talking about this movie. We're not talking about.
Right. I'm only saying that because any sequel you're going to have where they build on jokes, and even with, you know, the continuation of things like the fucking baby hand joke and all that stuff, it either went to another level or they continued it, and instead of running it on where it kind of got old, it continuously was pretty damn funny. You know, the whole him standing up thing, and even you know, the slow-mo thing definitely was kind of a continuation of the bridge scene in the first one. But him, you know, him fucking landing.
I don't think that's a continuation. It's just the same joke told over. Like, it's not a continuation. It's literally like, you're echoing again, dude. It's just the same joke again. Like, comedy sequels usually don't live up to the originals.
I did like the Basic Instinct joke that they worked into the baby legs.
God,
baby legs thing wasn't that funny.
Oh God, yeah, that was pretty hilarious.
Yeah, I did like. I mean, I thought that was pretty funny. I mean, like I said, I don't think this movie sucks. It's like a 7 out of 10 for me, but I think it's just. I don't think it's going to be the hit that people think it's going to be. Because, like I said, the novelty of Deadpool is what caught people off guard and elevated it to the highest. Is it the highest rated or highest grossing rated R film ever?
Deadpool is, yeah.
Yeah, probably.
That's what I'm saying. Like, all that stuff. Dion.
Yeah.
Okay. I was saying I keep hearing my voice coming through your speakers. You gotta get yourself some headphones.
It's not a problem before.
Well, I don't know. You guys go.
Yeah, I mean, I had no problem with it. The jokes were funny. It was a good movie. I really liked it. I am gonna buy it on Blu-ray. Probably not day of, but I'll probably do the Black Friday thing like Jeff does. Just because, you know, I like the movie a lot.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying it's a bad movie. I'm saying it's a good movie. It's a really good movie. It's, like I said, it was a fun watch. It's definitely worth watching at least.
Yeah, I don't think you guys are saying that. We don't have to keep saying that for sure. I think we all agree it's a good film. I just, especially with the jokes that they gave, I think they did a fantastic job of delivering them and putting together. You know, like I said, keep saying outside of the whole fourth wall thing, that definitely got on my nerves.
Yeah, definitely.
But no, I I think it's...
Yeah, because I think the fourth wall thing was like the crux of the first one, and this one they did it seemed like they did it a handful of times in this one, but not as much as the first one. The first one was like crazy fourth wall stuff and like time traveling through the timeline and like picking up the first one was random as shit to pick up to get the story through. This one, they did the thing where it's like, oh, they showed him killing himself, and then they went back to explain why he was doing this. So
By the way, Heaven Piercing Man, yeah, they do say we're calling it X-Force because X-Men is misogynistic. I mean, it's said humorously, but it is said in the movie. That's not something you read online. That's a rumor. He keeps going back to that, and it was funny. Like, I'm not going to deny that, but if you don't find that kind of humor funny, then the movie's full of that shit.
Oh yeah. No, he's clearly making fun of the SJW thing. He clearly is. I love
that part. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Because like I've heard that as well. It's like. People were saying that there was this SJW LBGT thing going on. It's like he makes fun of it. He's clearly making fun of it, and it's hilarious and it's awesome because it's a pain in the ass. So I was fine with that.
I don't really know what else to say about it. I mean, if I'm going to rank it among all the Fox Marvel movies, it's better than like the Wolverine and most of the X-Men movies. I liked it that much. But if we're going to compare it to like every superhero movie, it's, I don't know how many superhero movies are there. There's 19 MCU films. I like it more than most of the Thor movies and the first Captain America and 2 of the Iron Mans. But I'd rather watch Guardians of the Galaxy than this.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I don't know about all that.
It doesn't matter if you know about it. It's what I think. I don't care that you were enamored by the movie. That's awesome. Cool. Good for you.
I think turned on definitely is a better description, but
Turned on. I don't know when his girlfriend's hanging out on the couch in that nice dress. I was like, yeah, I can see that. I can see that.
She had great legs.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, I just thought. I mean, now she's coming back for the third one. If they're going to make a third one, because of the whole he saves her in the credits. I don't know. I felt like a lot of this movie was just inconsequential. Like we went through all that shit with him and her, and they played that really shitty rendition of "Take on Me," and then it's just all undone. It's like, oh, okay, I get it. He's supposed to be this new character, but then in the next one, he's going to go back to the old shit because they want to laugh and they want to make money, and that renders this second film useless if they do that.
Huh.
I don't know. I kind of would like to see a Deadpool 3 of him and Cable just going around tearing shit up. That could be interesting.
We'll see. I mean, they already announced they're going to do X-Force, so I'll assume that Cable will be in X-Force. I mean, I don't know if they'll do a Deadpool 3 with the way that they ended this one, but I mean, I'd be down to see it all in X-Force, especially depending on how they're gonna film the consequences of this one.
Well, we've already seen X-Force the movie. It's this. I mean, X-Force, like, what are they going to do? Are they going to get hired by the government? I mean, that's Suicide Squad, so they can't do that.
Oh, God. Well,
we saw Deadpool as a mercenary in the beginning of the movie, and
Yeah.
he's very able to do it on his own, so, like, where does the whole team come in?
I did like part of his team.
I mean, if there's any film that's going to make fun of all that, it'll definitely be a Deadpool movie. So even if it's going with the Suicide Squad thing, they'll probably do it at the very least to make fun of the Suicide Squad.
Which I'm kind of fine with.
I think they would have done it, though, in this one, if they were going to make more, like, Suicide Squad jokes, because let's say that movie comes out in 2020. That's 4 years past. Like, they kept making, like, Thanos and Batman versus Superman jokes. I don't think they could pull a Suicide Squad joke 4 years after it came out.
Yeah, I mean, that's only the assumption that they would still focus on that. I don't think that they would make an X-Force movie being like, oh, we might, have a similarity to Suicide Squad. I mean, if they're going to make it, I don't think they're going to worry about it at that point, especially with them listing that as a future project now.
Yeah, but what is X-Force exactly? I have no idea what it is.
You saw X-Force. Literally, it's just that team of people.
Oh, really? Okay, good. All right.
Like, there's nothing to add. I mean, we saw like a shitty version of X-Force and Wolverine Origins as well.
Gotcha. Okay.
I thought Vanishing Man had some upside.
Oh my God, when that goddamn that whole scene was a clusterfuck.
Yeah, fucking Brad Pitt. I mean, that part was awesome. When I saw that face, I was like, God damn it.
Oh, yeah, I told Jeff off air before you got on that when they had the one guy and it was Bill Skarsgård and I didn't recognize him right away because I'm used to seeing him in his fucking clown makeup. I was like, fuck, who is that guy? He looks so familiar. Who the hell is that? I know him. Who is that? And it took me a minute and I finally realized it was Bill Skarsgård and I sort of marked out a little bit for it. And I was like, yes.
Well, also, did you guys see Alan Tudyk?
Yep.
Where?
Okay. The two guys sitting on the truck.
Oh, that was it. I kept thinking of Dion the whole time because Dion and I've had conversations like that.
Yeah.
No, because he was like obviously the blonde one wearing the hat and the wig and everything. But as soon as I heard that voice, I was like, I know that voice. I've heard that before. I think
you have a boner for that guy.
I do. He's amazing.
I mean, if you guys want to get married,
good.
He's great.
He should be in everything.
I support it. I support your and Alan Tudyk's wedding, and I will attend it.
Fuck, I'll cater it.
No,
I'll
here's
pay
what-
for
here's
part of the
here's
wedding.
what's gonna happen. I'm not gonna invite you guys, so you guys can crash it. That's what's gonna happen.
Now that I like the way you think with that one.
Yeah, that's what's gonna happen.
I might just take it personally that you didn't invite me and not show up. So
No.
That's also true.
You will not get an you will not get a formal invitation, but I'll call you and be like, "Yo, it's this day. Just come through. Just come on. It's okay."
Tales of a Pre-Sequel. The reason there was no High Council is because Ethan Van Sciver didn't contact me about it. He just went off and did his own or live stream. So that's why it didn't happen. There's no beef or any problems. You know, nothing wrong. It's just nobody contacted anyone. I got online and waited for him, and then I saw he had his own thing. So I recorded my own video and got to work like that. So that's what happened.
Right.
Yep.
I think so. Do you think that this 20th Century Fox deal is going to go down, or they're just going to end up owning these characters? Because there was a lot of Disney talk in this movie, and they also, when 20th Century Fox the logo played, it didn't say a News Corp organization anymore.
I mean, it's. I still think it's 50-50. I think, you know, the whole 20th Century Fox making Ryan Reynolds take that Disney joke out, a couple of those Disney jokes out of the film, kind of leads me to believe it's going to happen. But with the fact that it not happening yet, and them kind of entertaining this Comcast, or not Comcast, whatever the other
No, it's Comcast. It's Comcast.
So, yeah, it's Comcast bid. I don't know, man. I wouldn't say it's definitive anyway, but I mean, I'd say it's 50-50 still. I mean, they're doing everything they can not to fuck it up, I guess would be my first guess.
Yeah, I do love that what is it? Disney put in $56 billion, and then Comcast came in with $60 billion.
Anything to stop Disney is
That's
a good thing.
that's the difference. That's the difference. And it's supposed to be like what it's called. I think I'm saying it's like a cash bid, which I don't know the difference. It's just like giving them money, like regardless. Either it's a check or it's like, you know, 10 suitcases with hundreds in them. I don't know. Money's money. So
Hey, Dion, how's your
Yeah.
father stealing the white women?
Hey, listen, they better not take them from me.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
oh man.
So somebody asked about Blue Watcher asked about Dark Phoenix in February. It's never going to come out. That I'll tell you one thing that will come out will be the New Mutants. The New Mutants movie will never happen.
Wait, what if the merger doesn't happen? What doesn't happen with Comcast? Do you think it'll come out then, or it just won't come out?
If
Hello?
Did he get kicked off again?
I don't know.
Jeff died.
I mean, don't you take my Jeff from me, fucker. Give me back my Jeff. But I mean, like I said,
all right, Noel.
I just
There
think
it is.
everything got fucked up with Apocalypse, X-Men Apocalypse. I think that movie did not do as well as they thought it was going to do. If X-Men Apocalypse does well, I think Dark Phoenix is a sure shoot for sure. But with Dark Phoenix, with Apocalypse not doing well, with this merger going on, they would need. I think for Dark Phoenix to happen, I think.
No, Dion, it's already filmed.
Is it? Oh, it's done.
It was supposed to come out this year. It got pushed back. The New Mutants is filmed too. These movies just keep getting pushed back indefinitely, so they can wait for this merger to happen. Like, I just don't think they'll ever come out. Like, everyone's been paid. That I bet you it just sits on a computer somewhere in Hollywood. Like, the movie's completely done. But it was supposed to come out in November this year.
Harvey Weinstein's got it on a flash drive in his prison wallet.
Oh god. Oh.
I just want to say how much I hated that fucking kid in this movie. Like, seriously, I hated that kid the entire time. I was just like, shut the fuck up, kid.
Yeah. Outside of being a cuz plot point, you know, we just, you know, Diane and I were just literally just making fun of how fat he was. I was just like, why did they pick the least athletic Samoan guy they could fucking find?
I'm pretty sure that was Rebel Wilson in like a shitty wig or something, because he sounded just like Rebel Wilson. He had the same body type. Was it a he? I don't know. Russell was the worst character.
Yeah, he was pretty insufferable.
Who is worse? New Zealand Russell or Asian Jonah Hill from Iron Man Homecoming.
Oh,
Russell.
Agent Jonah Hill, no fucking doubt about it. That fucking
Okay, 'cause that's kinda what-
best friend thing.
No, yeah,
At least
dude from Homecoming was worse.
With
Okay.
no sport having Russell, he at least said curse words. With fucking share level Ned, I fucking couldn't stand that motherfucker. God
Yeah, but at least
damn.
Ned pulled his own weight, no pun intended, in Infinity War. Like, Spider-Man needed a diversion, boom, Ned was good for something. He's good for about 5 seconds in a movie. But the one thing is, for as much as Ned sucks, the movie wasn't really about him. Russell was really the main point of this movie, like the plot. So
True.
You know,
we just kept going back to him. It's like, I get it, you were abused as a kid and all this stuff, and it's messed up. But it's like, we've seen this X-Men movie before. Like when they went to that iceberg place, whatever the prison was called, I thought they were at Alkali Lake. I was like, oh wait, we're back at Alkali Lake again. Like all these movies look the same. It's like the same locations. Like for as much as I hated X-Men Apocalypse, at least we got Egypt and different shit. These movies are all like, hey, let's go back to Canada and film it, and it's all gray and boring. And yet he was Chubby
They
Pyro.
love Canada and 20th Century Fox, don't they?
No, because Ryan Reynolds has more control. That's why this movie's the way it is.
Yeah, that's why they shot in Canada because like we're gonna shoot my hometown. It's gonna be awesome.
I would have loved, like, there's this alternate reality where not Tim Story. Oh God, not Tim Story. He directed the Fantastic Four movies. The guy that directed, was it Tim Miller? The guy that directed
Miller, yep.
the first Deadpool. There's a alternate universe where he directs this movie, and I'm happy.
Yeah. I mean, we'll see what happens with this one. They might have to beg him to come back for the third one if they do a third one. So,
well, it'll be interesting to see where we go. I do want to say this though. I was surprised at how low the attendance was at my theater.
yeah, I noticed the same thing, that it was probably maybe a third full.
yeah, that's a bunch. That's a bunch mine was as well. But I mean, I attribute that to people, buying tickets for fucking Solo and all piling in next weekend. So that's what I attribute it to.
I don't. It's a completely different audience.
Yeah, I think this is just because it was rated R and all that shit. Like mine wasn't.
Yeah, that's true.
It was. I mean, it was. I guess majority taken up. But yeah, there were definitely. It wasn't as packed as Deadpool when we went and saw it. But yeah, I mean, I just think it's because it's just rated R and
Thursday night.
Yeah, it's just a rough ticket.
We'll see. I mean, obviously, Infinity War is the biggest movie ever, well, almost. So, I mean, just coming from that, I'm like, oh, okay, cool, Deadpool, man. I'm hoping everybody goes to see it. It'll suck if Deadpool flops and Solo makes $1 billion.
I don't think so. Because one, fake imaginary God doesn't hate us that much, and two, the thing that I remember about Deadpool, the first Deadpool, like when we went and saw it opening night, there weren't a lot of people, but as we went and saw, because we saw it 3 times. The attendance went up as it went on, and I don't know if that's because it's an R-rated movie or what. But
I think it's because it was word of mouth. That's
yeah. Well, word of mouth. The word of mouth was a thing, and people loved it, and everyone's like, "Oh, you got to go see it. You're gonna love it." And then that's what happens. So yeah.
It'll be interesting on Monday morning to find out, because this isn't a 4-day weekend for Deadpool. It's just a normal weekend.
Correct.
So we'll have to see. Everyone's gonna be like, "Well, Solo made X amount of dollars over the 4-day weekend," and blah blah blah. And I'm like, you know what? That movie could be good. The movie could be shit. Probably going to be shit, but we'll find out. We already found out what John Campea thought of this movie, and he's
douche.
He's a douche. He's having a meltdown.
Is it? Wait, does he love it? Does he want to go have sex with it?
Yeah, he does want to love it. He does love it and want to have sex with it. But he posted this really douchey thing on the internet. How the fan base is ruining my love of Star Wars. I'm like,
oh, shut the fuck up, bitch!
I wrote
dick.
I wrote like a 6-page paper on it. There'll be a video this week. So all the fans out there that want this John Campea shill video, you're gonna finally get it, because it's written and it's done and it's ready to be recorded. So be prepared. It's not nice. Like, I pulled punches for Kevin Smith to be, I don't know. The guy didn't have a heart attack yet when I made the video, but Kevin Smith made some shit that I appreciate.
We caused it.
Yeah. Thanks, Mundane Matt. Bitch.
Dork.
By the way, that shill video is never going to happen, so stop asking, because here's the thing. I've said this on Patreon. I'll say it here. The shill videos are fun only if people watch them. but no one watches them. I keep getting all these comments and messages. Make shill videos, but you guys don't watch them. So if the numbers went up,
a lot of time.
yeah, because you got to do research. I can't just lie about these. There's 2 Nicks.
Sorry, my internet went to shit for about 10 seconds.
That's okay. We get to look at 2 of you. That's fine with me.
Why you?
There goes one of them.
God damn it! That was my past self. I had to kill him.
Yeah, dude.
Are you Jet Li into one?
The Monday night video.
Fuck you for mentioning that movie. Fuck you.
I know, but
Get out of here. Leave now. Fucking leave now.
Oh, we got a super chat from Wild Warlock. Thank you, Wild Warlock. Craig KK might be a Warner Brothers bull trying to just. I want a T-shirt that says Craig KK. I'm gonna.
I'm using it from now on the show.
Yeah.
I know usually we come up with our own.
You know, Wild Warlock, you're listener of the week for next week already. Damn it. I'm writing your name down.
That is a good theory, though. Sending Disney in to be a mole to destroy, or Warner Brothers to destroy Disney from the inside. Kind of like how everyone thought that Vince McMahon sent Vince Russo down to WCW to fuck it over so he could take it over. Maybe there's some truth to that.
I'm just still
Shut up, bro. You know what you're talking about, bro. You don't know him, bro. What are you talking about, bro? Vince McMahon, bro?
Cole Ween. You're right. No one watches Monday Matt in the first place. Plus, you can even ask Jeff. I spent like 2 days watching his shit.
No. It wasn't 2 days. It was like a week. You spent. You told me of like watching all of his stuff and like trying to find out the the inner workings of the man. You tried to get like up inside of him.
Yeah, you did.
Okay, I was kind of compressing it into like 2 days worth of time, like continuous. But either way, I spent a long time with that. I sent a whole document over to Jeff about it, and at the end, he's not so much a shill. It's just an unimportant little man that thinks he's really important in some kind of like grandiose way that he is like somehow relevant, and he's not. That's really it.
By the way, somebody called Kathleen Kennedy Kennedy because her middle initial is K. I was the only person that laughed at the cunt joke in Deadpool 2, and I was very upset. Like, no one else laughed when Cable called him like a dumb cunt or something. I just laughed my ass off.
I thought that was hilarious.
I thought it was funny.
Nobody in my theater laughed. I don't think they knew what that word meant.
I don't know. Between cunt and Juggernaut being like, I'm going to melt you down and turn you into a cock ring.
That was
my God. My God.
They're swimming for these dirty jokes. I love them.
Oh man,
yeah, there was some good jokes, and there was others. It was just like
definitely more than you guys are admitting, for sure.
No, the jokes were fine, but the jokes were repeats in many places, and it just, for me, it's a lack of originality and creativity. That's what I want when I go to see one of these movies. Like when we go see Infinity War, we saw shit that we've never seen in a film like this before. I think Thanos was the best looking CGI character ever. Colossus, by comparison, whatever. I get it, different budgets, but like there were different things that like were mind blowing in that movie. It was just fun, and I don't know. I'm getting tired of talking about it.
Your own question with as far as the appearance, because that CGI for the attack on
but I was using that as I was using that as an example, though, that there were groundbreaking, like breathtaking things in Infinity War. That movie had the visuals. The first Deadpool had the jokes and the humor. Like one of the funniest parts of the first Deadpool for me is when he's on the Zamboni, going after the guy real slow.
Oh man,
like that shit is awesome. There were so many great jokes.
The team getting killed, like right as they're about to work together, wasn't up there.
Not as funny as that, or the Ferris Bueller ending, or anything like that. By the way, we got another super chat from Wild Warlock. I'm an Aussie, and we use cunt to say hello to mates.
we have
a different breed of motherfuckers down there.
Yeah, we have a lot of UK fans that use that word a lot too. So I mean, it happens.
Well, Dion, you and I have been friends for a decade. I think it's time to start calling each other cunts instead of by our first names.
I agree, you cunt.
I refer to you guys as cunts all the time.
Listen to you goddamn cunts.
Well, that's because you're a beep bop, our robot joker.
Yeah,
I call you many things off air.
Trying to get that joke over.
It was good last week, but like Deadpool 2, it's just time to let the past die.
Right. Let the past die, Dion. Let it die.
Oh, the first time his internet goes out, I'm gonna bring that joke right back the fuck up.
You better.
And I gotta
So,
say though,
In other words, does that make Dion a one-trick pony?
Oh, this guy is saying funny shit. Hilarious.
No, I'll give. This will be my final note on Deadpool. The fucking "Do you want to build a snowman?" and "Papa, can you hear me?" thing was fucking mind blowing.
That was funny. Even like
Yeah.
the little tidbit of him being like, "How the fuck did no one else hear this?" Like that was my theater erupted when he did that shit.
I was blown away. All right, so I gave it a 7. Dion,
I'd say it's an 8.5. I'd stick with 8.5. First one still being a 9. I'm very comfortable with 8.5 for 2.
Nick.
I'm giving this a solid 8. I'm definitely with Dion. It is not as good as the first one, but it is good. I really enjoyed it. I will buy it. I will own it. It's a damn good movie.
Kendo.
I'm gonna fire a 7.5 at it.
All right. So I was the lowest score, but that's fine. Nobody gave it a bad score. I ranked it on the same level as
No
Black
one's saying that.
Panther.
We're arguing the minutia.
Yeah. But if I have to watch Black Panther again or this, I'll choose this.
Oh, easily.
I will watch them both again. Oh, okay. Hold on. We have a super chat from American Trent 421. Thank you, American Trent. Pansexual Lando article I posted earlier on the fan page officially killed any hope I had for decent future Disney Star Wars movies. Your thoughts? You know what?
Let's get into that.
We're about to get into that. It's perfect. It's a perfect time. So I don't have any kind of bias or dislike for anyone that's different because we're all different people.
Yeah.
And I don't care if you make a movie about gay people, straight people, black people, white people, retarded people, normal people. But I have a problem when you take a firmly established character
Thank you.
that millions of people love,
Fucking
not
thank
just
you.
like a couple
Yeah.
people. Lando's the only black dude in Star Wars, and everybody likes Lando.
He sold Colt 45 by himself. Who
Yeah.
does that?
He's
the
fucking
coolest black around.
Shut
Whoa,
up.
okay, that's the most
God damn it.
Yeah.
you could
I
say.
will not allow you to derail my rant. Anyway, back to what I was saying though. You have the coolest dude in the galaxy, and now he's ruined because of Lawrence Kasdan's retarded ass son. Oh, I think he should be pansexual. Why? Why would you change the legacy of a character that means so much to so many people? Dion, you love Lando.
Yes.
How does this make you feel?
Not only am I going to tell you how I feel, I'm going to bring this point up. Before Deadpool 2, and I ain't making this shit. This is literally a fucking trailer, or I guess a commercial rather, for the film. They have Donald Glover giving a tour of the Millennium Falcon.
I saw that.
Everyone around me, I'm not even kidding. I verbally said he's the most uncool dude to play Lando, and 6 people went, mm-hmm. They agreed with me. So let's say that. Secondly, the fact that, again, I like Donald. Well, no, I don't like Donald. I'm gonna take that shit back. Atlanta's a very boring show. But the fact that this dude got this role because he's a quote unquote nerd and likes Star Wars is fucking bullshit. And then thirdly, finally, you so badly want to include someone that is different, that's pansexual. I get that. I appreciate that. But the problem is when you force it on an established character, it comes off as disingenuous as shit. And again, I'm not pansexual. I can't really speak to everyone that is. But if I were someone that was in a specific group that a multi-billion-dollar company was going to force into a film, it would piss me off. Because one, this group doesn't mean enough for you to make an original character with that trait. You got to force it onto somebody else because people are going to, in your mind, accept that character because of who it is previously before you made your film. That's fucking bullshit. And two, Billy, I'm gonna go real, and Jeff, feel free to interject, seeing as how you and I think I can honestly say we love Star Wars on a very similar level.
Yeah.
Fucking Lando is so important to the entire goddamn franchise, especially the original trilogy, because he's one of the only dudes who Han Solo respects, like man to man. And you take this guy, especially the fact that he fucking helped destroy the second Death Star, you water down his character because you want to appeal to a woman who accidentally fell into fucking making movies. That's fucking bullshit. That is bullshit. And anyone who even if you're going to argue with me on, it's important to LGBTQ rights that we have a character, blah, 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 I'm agreeing with you. Why the fuck until now did they not make an original character who was like that instead of forcing it on the Donald Glover? Because again, he got this role because he's a fucking nerd. Why not just make an original character?
Because they're lazy and unoriginal fuck faces that don't know what they're doing. And it's the type of shit that maddens me. We got 3 super chats I'm about to read, but I want to make one point. I took my mom to dinner tonight, and I told her this story, and she goes, Lando's gay? Because she doesn't know what pansexual means. And I explained to her, she's like, Billy D. Williams wasn't gay, and she just kept going on, and my mom doesn't even like Star Wars, but she was like, why do they do this? Why do they ruin the good characters? She's like, this is why movies suck nowadays. And I just laughed at her. And then she came into my office before I started the show, and I got a Return of the Jedi poster, and there's Lando looking at Han. She's like, I wonder if he's thinking about Han in a sexual way. And I was like, wow, Mom, way to ruin Star Wars.
Yeah. We
Yeah.
have to think that now.
I know we talked about it, but when, it was a couple weeks ago when they were like, oh, well, the first scene between Han and Lando may be Lando hitting on Han, I almost lost my fucking shit.
What?
Like,
What?
why do that? What, like even if in their heart of hearts they're like, we want to be inclusive, there is nothing more condescending than forcing a non-existent character trait on an established fucking character in a franchise than just being like, oh well, he's hitting on Han now. If I was fucking pansexual, if I was bi, I'd be like, that's fucking one of the most insulting things that they can fucking do. That's stupid.
Well, if you're a fan of the show, I just tweeted out my recent Lando Calrissian action figure just for the hell of it. I do like Lando. It's not just me getting pissed off that they're changing Star Wars. Like, Lando's always been one of the main characters that I've respected and appreciated. And he's interesting because he goes from a shitty friend to feeling guilt and remorse to coming back and saving the day in Return of the Jedi. Like, he blows up the second Death Star. He has some depth. He's very interesting. And let me read these super chats real quick because I feel like a bad guy. So this one comes from Basil. A turkey leg with mayonnaise? I guess this guy's a Rusev fan.
Yeah. Nick thanks you.
I saw a guy at a Rusev Day shirt at Deadpool tonight.
Well, it is
Also,
Rusev Day. Happy Rusev Day to all you guys.
This comes from Anthony Gates. Hello from New York City. I love your channel. Donald Glover sucks.
You're right.
Thank you, Anthony. We appreciate it. I think that's a Crash Bandicoot icon. So the Dr. Cortex or whatever, you get a thumbs up from me because I love that game. Maybe we'll see you at WrestleMania next year. Who knows? Wild Warlock again. Thank you, Wild Warlock. Prince Harry choosing to marry Meghan Markle is like a guy able to buy a brand new Lambo, but choosing to buy a used Toyota Prius. Who is that chick? I mean, I've seen her. She looks okay on magazine covers, but there's like a rumor she's a dude or something. I don't know.
He was a briefcase chick on that Howie Mandel game show.
Oh, I love how we call ourselves the epitome of pop culture, yet we never refer to anything by its proper titles. The Howie Mandel show, that movie with the black dude, like whatever. We're world-class bullshitters, man. Gamma Catch says, I'm pretty sure sex is not real anyway, so what the hell is Disney doing? Fucking up the childhoods. Oh, Thorlax Attacks. Clifton Cincy here reporting in. Fuck pansexual Lando. Die in a fire, Disney. Love the show. Well, Thorax Attacks, you are really close to where I am right now, so maybe you'll see me out in public, but you'll never guess who I am.
Never.
And thank you for your super chat.
Yes, thank you. If you do recognize me in public, give me a high five. Indie Defense also says Lando wants to dock with Han.
Fuck you.
Cable wants to dock with Deadpool.
I was gonna say there was a docking joke in Deadpool.
That's true.
Tip to tip.
I think it's called frottage. I learned that from Archer. So thank you, Archer. Expanding of all horizons.
God, I love that show.
I do too. But let's talk about what we don't love. This bastardization of Lando Calrissian. It's weird that they throw this, like, they couldn't do it to Han Solo because so many people would be up in arms. So they do it to the black character, and it's like now,
you do to the black character, which kind of seems racist. You know, that's a little fucked up. You couldn't do it to Han. You couldn't make Han pansexual. Like,
no, shut up, stop giving him ideas, you motherfucker.
No, I'm just saying. Like, watch. The pansexualness rubs off of of Lando and goes to Han, and like Han.
Or I'll take it up another notch. Would they have made fucking Rey pansexual?
Oh,
like that's a legit fucking question. I would fucking kill to sit those motherfuckers down and say, okay, so it's very important to you, right, that you have a pansexual character, whatever, and you can't use the excuse that you're gonna do a Lando movie because it hasn't been done yet. If this is important, again, I say it all the time. If you believe in something, you believe in it all the time.
Yep.
Would you have made fucking Rey a pansexual character?
She's asexual.
Yeah.
Well, that's just because she's unlikable. But and I can
Flat as a
probably say
board.
fucking no.
She's a female incel, is what she is.
And they would say, well, because
Gonna get a van and drive it into a bunch of people.
Oh my god!
No, that was Holdo.
Oh yeah.
No, holy shit, you're right. Fuck.
Yeah, she was an incel that drove a spaceship into a bunch of
Damn
people.
it, you're right.
Did you see that meme today? I think somebody shared it to our Facebook page, or maybe it was Twitter. Where
with
it was
Leia,
Leia in space,
Yep.
and she wakes up and she goes to fly towards the ship, and then she goes into the
hyperspace.
Star Destroyer. Holy shit, was that
That was
made?
hilarious.
Oh my god, have not seen that.
Not as good as the
Need to-
Superman themed one, but it was good.
That was incredible. I almost cried a tear of joy when I saw that.
Oh man, yeah.
But
This whole thing with this Lando, and I mean, and here's the thing, Disney was slow to be inclusive of everybody to begin with. It took them forever to get a gay character in one of their TV shows. Forever. It took them forever to do that. Now they're trying to be all inclusive and get get everybody involved and this, that, and the other and stuff in their entertainment. And you pick Lando to do it, and if they do it, and here's the thing is, if they do the whole pansexual thing in his movie, guarantee they're gonna fuck it up. Guarantee they're gonna go really
I
light on
promise
it.
you
Or
they won't do
whatever.
it. They
You
won't
what
do
now?
it. I promise you that they won't do it.
Okay.
They're doing all this Monday night quarterbacking bullshit. They're not going to make him pansexual because one, it's really dumb to force that into a script, and two, they like the rest of us don't know how to have this fucking conversation in terms of putting it in fucking entertainment.
I don't even think it's not even necessary. Like Star Wars is here's the thing about Star Wars that Disney doesn't get, and these dickheads like John Campea that get all upset when people criticize modern Star Wars. Star Wars is a story of good and evil. It's a very black and white story. It's not meant to be this modern day political message. It's not really about those things. Star Wars wasn't about Watergate. It was about good versus evil.
Or Vietnam.
This isn't reality. We're not making movies like that.
You could argue that when they broke into the Death Star to shut down the thing to get out of there, that it was like breaking into the Watergate Hotel.
Or
you could also argue that the movie's about World War II as well. Like there's so many ways of putting that.
Tarkin is Dick Nixon. He's not a crook.
Or it could be that they ripped it off from Secret Fortress.
Yeah.
So I mean, Star Wars
is not illegal.
Yeah. Well, he dies an honorable death. So,
but he wasn't a crook.
No. Well, he thought he was the hero of the story. Do you remember that time Dion, Dustin, and I got into an argument over the Emperor in the first Star Wars movie? He's like going on about how great the Emperor is and how the first Star Wars movie sucks because the Emperor's not in it. Like we had.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah,
I remember that. I remember that because if I remember correctly, you and I were talking about like the true villain or whatever, and then he brought that in randomly, and we were both just like, "What the fuck are you talking about? That has nothing to do with what we're just talking about. You're wrong." And we kept trying to just argue with each other, and he's like, "No, but it sucks because I'm like, we're just like, shut up, Dustin, just shut the fuck up."
You
In his defense, he was thinking about dicks the whole time. That's where the Dick Nixon thing came in. He was thinking about dicks, Nixon.
Well, I mean, when I have discussions with Star Wars fans and I use the fandom quotation, like there are certain things that are constantly regurgitated by the fan base that I always question, like, is that really the general consensus, or is it something somebody read online to sound smarter than they really are? Because like when I go to a comic book convention and I talk to people, I love comic books, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, yeah, what do you think of Jack Kirby? And if they don't know who Jack Kirby is, I instantly go, you really don't know much about comic books, nor do you care.
I'm sorry.
So, yeah, well, you're not a comic book fan.
He's that little pink guy that swallows people and then takes over their powers. There you go, Nick.
Thank you.
Actually, Jack Kirby's got to train the Fantastic Four, the X-Men, Captain America, every Marvel character that's relevant. Except for
I feel like
I
feel like I know him. I know him better because of you guys.
You better, all due respect. But when I hear certain things like that Dustin would say, I'm like, how are you a Star Wars fan? Like I don't Like, and then I hear shit like pansexual Pando, Donglover. It's like, how are you guys in charge of Star Wars? Like, you are fucking. Like, this is why the fan base is fractured. Dumb shit like this. No one asked for this. No one ever. Like, the thing is, Star Wars fans aren't going out in the street saying how they hate gay people and shit. No, that's not happening.
Right.
But nobody wants their favorite characters to be changed from what they are. It's not about that we're intolerant people. It's that these characters were already
established. And like even even with Last Jedi, a lot of shit happens where there's no fucking backstory for like fucking Space Leia. Like we have no backstory of her like training with Luke. Yeah, you can say that shit. Yeah, it can be in the book, but thematically, it's not fucking there. We didn't see it. It didn't happen.
My whole issue is this, right? So to that point, oh well, it's in the book. There are so many things that are established in just the films. That's why the films are so good. The original trilogies are so good. You don't need to have a book to tell you that Luke was training with Yoda for a long time. You don't need the book to tell you that Lando and Han had a pre-established history. That's in the film. That's what makes it a good film. Yeah, it's dialogue. All your questions, are answered.
If you just fucking watch it.
Yes. You just watch it. And people like not only the fans, right? And this is permeated a lot of times when you have these issues, it comes down from the top. You have someone like Rian Johnson who is constantly going back and forth defending the film. And this is a dead horse. I'm gonna beat this horse to death again. You have a man who made a film who keeps going and defending it and saying, oh, we got to read the book. You don't understand it. If you've made a movie, you've made a film with a beginning, a middle, and an end. And after it's made, after it's done, millions of people have seen it, which we know that you know this because you keep going on and bragging about how much money it made and how successful it was. If the same people who went and saw the film can easily discuss and prove the issues with your film and force you to bring up outlying factors like a book, you have made a bad film. And everyone in the comment section, there's going to be a few people, even people who will hear this film, who hear this video later on, and come up with all this other bullshit. This isn't an opinion. There are factors that show what a good film is. And things like what's going to come up with this bullshit with pansexual, all this shit with The Last Jedi, even with The Force Awakens. It's not a good film according to anyone who likes to watch fucking films. Well, period.
Real quick.
Yeah,
real quick. Two things. People keep asking what a pansexual is. Pansexual is somebody that's attracted to anyone and everyone, regardless of biological gender, sex, or anything. He'll fuck everybody is what it is. And then Wild Warlock gave us another super chat. He says, I'm a dumb Aussie spending my money on great YouTube channels like World Class Bullshitters. And we appreciate it. Thank you. Even though I know pandering to 2% of a fan base and pissing off the OG fans is a bad business model. Oh, and yeah, you bunch of cunts. Well, thanks, cunt. We appreciate you.
Thanks, cunt.
Love you, Warlock.
Wild cunt lock.
I think that's a sexual maneuver. I don't know.
The wild cunt lock.
I tried it in college. It went well.
So you didn't break both your legs, is what you're telling me. Awesome.
No, but I hurt my back.
Ah, damn it. That sucks.
I'll tell you that story off air.
It's like a full Nelson, but you do it to the genitals.
You got a 33% chance of success.
God damn it.
And I know Dion's tried it.
And I'm going to try.
Well, look, to get back onto the film criticism of Star Wars, I'm not trying to. We're going to keep talking about it, but I want to let the listeners know, the John Campea video that I'm working on is really in depth, and it goes into that because I'm really tired of the caustic environment that's surrounding Star Wars and the lies that these people are trying to say. Well, you guys are just a bunch of racist white dudes. Well, World Class Bullshitters can never be brought up in that discussion as a bunch of racist white dudes because only one person's white. Nobody here is racist. And we all critique the films on bad storytelling, stupid corporate decisions, all that stuff. So, goddamn it, Blue Watcher here.
I may have said racist things and will continue to do so, but I've proven my non-racistness on many occasions.
Yeah, you wouldn't hang out with Dion in a hot tub naked.
Right.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that hot tub magic wouldn't have happened.
Real quick, too. People keep talking about China in the chat. If this Lando being pansexual thing pans out, I'm sorry, I mean that was really stupid. If it turns out to piss the people off in China, will Solo, a Star Wars story, leave China quicker than The Last Jedi did?
China.
Oh yeah, absolutely it will.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what their views are as to homosexuality or things like that. I have no idea, but I assume that they're not fond of it, especially in film. So, especially in Star Wars stuff, I think they would just be like, yeah, fuck this, just take it back.
Well, the thing is, like, the people that are making these movies are so disconnected from everyday average middle Americans. Like that's why there's this movement, man. Like,
yeah. I don't understand. Like I do not understand this pandering to the 2% of the population. I don't understand that. To me, that is once again the way the Aussie said it, a bad business model. It fucking. This is a multi-billion-dollar company, and they're doing the dumbest shit to try to make money by pandering to the 2%. How the fuck is that a good business model? How are you going to make money that way? What the fuck?
Well, it's like that douchebag Campia says in his video, like, oh, the fan bases are dying out. He tries to compare Star Wars to Star Trek and say, well, the Star Trek fan base is literally gone, and that's why it's shrinking. And then here's the thing, and he goes on to say, well, Star Wars fans, they need something to be introduced to. Newsflash, John, nobody here on this show was alive for the original trilogy, yet Dion and I found it nearly 20 years after it was released. I mean, arguments like that just fall flat on their goddamn faces.
I was alive for 5 months of the Return of the Jedi.
Well, Grandpa over here. Joel is listening to the show currently, so Grandpa Hastings is listening.
No.
He was alive for
No. Let's be honest. Great Grandpa Lape. All right, let's be honest.
Oh,
right.
Dude, Lape is younger than Joel, I think.
No, really?
That makes sense.
No. We had this discussion. Lapenstein's got him beat by a good 5 decades.
Oh, okay.
Holy shit.
Sorry.
When he was in high school, Joel was in junior high, and this was during the Civil War.
Oh God!
And they fought on opposite sides. If anybody's got any questions about that,
and somehow they both survived and and nothing was amputated
that we know of.
That we know of.
Joel has been accused of being dickless before, so that could be what happened.
I love Ghostbusters.
That was just the title.
Well, it's funny how the fans in the comments section are really going on about this 2% that they're trying to cater to. I don't know why Marvel can't be an example for everybody, because Diversity in Comics channel didn't just blow up because like 5 angry white dudes on Twitter hate what they're doing with Marvel. Millions of people aren't buying comics like they used to, maybe because they've outgrown it, or they're like me and they're tired of this weird shit that goes on in these books. Like, we don't need Captain Marvel to be what she is nowadays. Like, a message about, like, here's the thing. I think even Amelia Clark came out and said it the other day about strong women in Hollywood. She faced
the strong woman thing. Yep.
Thank you.
What did you say?
Dion, you read the article.
Yeah, she was just saying that she hates the title of strong woman character because it makes it about her being a woman. She's not just a character.
Oh yeah, and I'm entirely with that. Strong black characters, strong foreign characters, things like that. Like, yeah, that's a dumb thing. It's like, just make them compelling, good characters that we love to watch. And if we like it, we'll give you our money, and then you can make more. Exactly,
and that should be the moral of the story. But even going back to Jeff's point about reading comic books, of the 99% of the shit that Jeff and I agree on, even when they came out with, Black Afrozilla Iron Man, knowing how I am, even Jeff was like, even Dion is not cool with this shit when he and Dustin did a video. And it's like, if you have a message, you are able to present it in a way that everyone, even people who disagree with you, say, you know what, that's a good point. But nowadays with all these fucking really weird ass storylines that Marvel was doing, these fucking stupid shit that fucking that Star Wars is doing, it comes off as disingenuous. Like, you cannot tell me that them printing the Force's female shirts and writing Rey the way that they wrote her is because they believe in fucking equality. No, they want to sell merchandise in movies to a specific group of fucking people who they think didn't spend that money previously. That's it.
Real quick,
It's not because Kathleen Kennedy and Disney all of a sudden wants to make the world a better place. They want to sell you fucking merchandise. Period. It ain't got shit to do with liberalism or conservatism or all this shit. They want to make money off of you.
That's do, it. but they're doing it poorly. Because they had the hype of The Force Awakens. That'll never be matched in Star Wars again. Like, you'll never get that from Star Wars. In a short span of 3 years, they fucked it up beyond repair. Like, we're at a point now where it's like, hey, we just want Star Wars to just fuck off for a little bit. But no, it comes out so frequently. Stores can't handle it. And it's not because, like, people are dying to come in and buy shit off the shelves. It's like, hey, can you buy this for 3 cents so we can get it out of our store permanently? Like, Kathleen Kennedy has weird interests and agendas, but she's trying to sell and make billions of dollars at the same time, and it doesn't work. The Star Wars is only making money because of what George Lucas did 40 years ago. What the thing is, they're not creating like longevity with the brand. They're making it very mid 2000s, and then people are going to look back and go, "This is going to be like bell bottoms and stupid shit that people look back and laugh at today." You know.
Well, do we have a super chat?
Yeah, we did.
Okay.
It's from Virtual Satyr. It says KKK's turned Star Wars into the Family Guy parody.
I would rather watch the Family Guy parodies.
Hey Jeff, did you tweet, buddy?
Yeah, what?
Just checking.
Oh, the Lando figure?
Yeah.
Of course I did.
No, not the Lando figure. No. There's a shirt on here as well.
Oh yeah, the Donglover shirt. Yeah, I did tweet that. Hold on, I'll show the people. I put it in the the chat thing so people could check it out. I thought. I do love that you fucking you tagged. Oh, okay, yeah, you tagged Donald Glover in it as well. Why wouldn't I tag Donald?
That was amazing.
He's the reason why.
Back to the Kathleen Kennedy forces female thing. If you look at that picture, do you know she's the only one wearing a different colored shirt than everybody else?
Yes.
I saw a thing about that today. It's like, yeah, she's wearing the Forces female shirt with these 3 other women, but her shirt's one color and everybody else has the same color and it's different. So she's trying to make herself stand out.
Because she's different, man.
No, she's a cunt, just like a lot of others, but.
Like all of us?
Yeah, but we're good cunts.
Yeah. As soon as I saw that shirt, I was like, "Oh, you have an agenda, and it's dumb, and it's stupid. It's going to infect the movies, and they're going to be shit forever." Like, there's going to be it's like when we talk to our kids or whatever, we're gonna tell them about those dark times of Star Wars. It's like, hey, how about these movies? Like, no, you don't touch those. We don't talk about those. Those never happened.
Well, they're the one that's fracturing the fan base, and I wanted to bring up a point real quick. So, people were talking about the Solo score. I'm not going to call it Soilo. That's the EVS thing. But I did help him come up with the shirt thing. So if you bought the shirts off Etsy, you bought them from me, and your shirt has been shipped days ago. So you'll get it. If you bought it from me on Etsy, you'll have it before the movie even comes out. So you can wear it there and tweet us and tag us and all that other shit.
Yeah, no,
that Don Glover, a pansexual story needs to be a t-shirt.
It is. It's already a t-shirt. Don Glover, cool. Pansexual story is a t-shirt. I had the idea driving home from Deadpool, and I thought, you know what? Let's make this happen. So all of our shirts are super limited. If you want to grab a Don Glover pansexual story t-shirt and be the guy at the bar that's like, hey, I'm cool. I wear this Don Glover shirt. And people want to, you'll be the most interesting man in the room. If you're a chick, or if you're a girl and you wear it to the bar, every guy's going to want to come and talk to you.
Yeah, you'll be super popular.
I know. Yeah.
Hang on. Wild Cunt Lock says Cray KK isn't a cunt because cunts are useful. Okay.
Oh, all right.
She's what would we consider her then? Fuck her. She's not important.
She's useless, is what she is.
Yeah, she's a useless tool. No, the useless tools who directed the first Deadpool.
I don't know, man.
She's a gutter snipe. How about that?
Gutter snipe. What the fuck?
I don't know. It's the first thing that come to my head. Thank you, Wild Cunt Lock.
Well, I was gonna say, if you guys are ordering tickets or do anything like that, if you could tweet us the pictures, like whenever you pick the seats and there's like still so many left, if you can tweet us those pictures with the city and state or city and country you're in, Jeff is gonna make a video about it, about the lack of tickets being sold. So please send it to our email and post it on Facebook and Twitter so we can gather them all up. But make sure, for the love of God, in that post or in that email, you put the city and the state or city and country so we know what it is.
Yeah,
Wild
and
War-
if you're an attractive twink boy, we'll pass that location information on to Dustin.
Real quick, Wild Warlock, another super chat, says she has a Ken doll mound. That is true.
Mm.
And then somebody did say KKK has a clanking, clattering collection of Caligula's junk. So that's from the Wizard of Oz, right?
Yeah.
I love that.
Gamma
movie.
Catch, hashtag off topic. I was a big fan of Archer on FX, but not only has it slid left, but the last 2 seasons are a mess because Reed did what Abrams did with TWA.
I guess you meant to say The Force Awakens.
Yeah.
I stopped watching Archer after they had to change the name because I get why they changed it, but I just thought it was stupid. So I was like, you know what? If you're changing it because of real world pressures, I don't respect you guys. So
Yeah,
I've never
that
watched
is
Archer.
The name change. I just my whole thing is changing to FXX. I'm just like, man, fuck that shit. I'll wait till they come.
No. They changed they changed the because they the spy group was ISIS, and they have that towards no.
Oh yeah. I forgot about that.
that's
Yeah,
why I
yeah.
stopped watching it because I thought
Yeah.
that was just stupid. Like,
Well,
Real
look,
quick, Exia Valens sent in a super chat with nothing there. I guess it's just a donation. Thank you.
and thank
Yeah.
you, Gamma Catch.
I watched the last season, the what the fuck is it, the noir one. It was pretty good. It was nice. This one I'm watching. I think I'm watching this one right now, and it's like them on a desert island or something. And it's getting a little annoying now. So it's like, oh, okay, it's the same thing but different location. It's like, all right.
I've never watched Archer.
Dion, you mentioned about the change to FXX. It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia hasn't changed. I mean, put it like this: it's gotten a little preachy and less funny, but they are able to pull out some great episodes. Like the last season of the show, I thought was the first average season, but there were some episodes that were so good that they, like, in my opinion, they're like in the top, 10 episodes. So there were some great episodes, but there are also some garbage episodes.
FXX is really just an extension because there's FX and then they have FXX, which has got more grown-up oriented shit.
And just think, Disney is about to own it.
Ugh.
Speaking of Disney, let's talk about the solo scores, though. So we were talking about this movie. We've been talking about this movie for plenty of time. But so the other day, I went to make this video, and if you're a patron, you've already seen this video. Or heard it, excuse me, where I talk about the solo score and how I think it's a trap, like, to skip this movie, and that the critical scores, like from somebody like a John Campea, are basically a way to cover their ass from over the last 6 months. Like, they're shilling out for Disney hardcore. It was pretty transparent. It was obvious what they were doing. So this one, it's like the sacrificial lamb. This could be the best Star Wars movie made by Disney, but they're going to tell you it's average at best, just so you can, go back and see what they've done in the past and go, oh, okay, I guess they're being honest. And the other one was just a great movie and I'm stupid. But I took a picture of the tomato meter score. So when I made this image the other day, the tomato meter score is at a 73%. And 87% of audiences wanted to see the film. As it currently sits, it's at a 72%, so not much of a change, but now only 66% want to see it.
Jeez.
Yeah, that is a big drop.
Fucking Russians.
The bots.
Oh god, those fucking Russian bots, those damn Canadian bots. Oh god.
What do you guys think? Dion, is there anything, like, I know we talk about Star Wars every week, but how do you feel about Solo? Like, I know we're all going to see it for the show. We have to. But has your interest dropped as of recently, or are you in the same place? You're like, I'll see it for the show. Like, I don't care. Like,
No, it's definitely dropped since we talked about it last week. It mainly has dropped because, one, the way that they've marketed it, they really want you to forget, at least while the movie's out, about the old Falcon. They want you to forget about the old beat up Falcon. They want you to see this brand new Falcon that looks absolutely different than the fucking Falcon that's supposed to precede. And then again, all this shit going on with the film, this whole idea that, if you're against this movie, you're not a Star Wars fan, or, if you're against this movie, you are in the same boat as people who are the fucking outliers of every fan base ever that send nasty shit to the actors and the reviewers and all this shit. That has made me want to watch less Star Wars. That's made me want to watch this movie less. And it's damn sure put me in a position where I am a hell of a lot more ready to get into a fight with these motherfuckers than I was a week ago. It's crazy. It's fucking crazy.
Man, yeah, I feel the same way. Like after dealing with this, and like every day is a different thing with Lando, or I mean, the Solo movie. I just don't care anymore. I'm watching it because of the podcast. I could give two fucks, man. Like I'm gonna have to be tied to my chair for episode 9, honestly, because I do not want to see it. I really don't want to fucking watch it, but I will for the show.
Well, that's the thing the listeners need to do is keep this kind of hatred and vitriol for episode 9, because it's episode 7 and 8 that got us to where we are. Make sure that this trilogy falls flat on its face. Don't let this trilogy close out being the highest grossing one yet, because all these like the complaining and buying of the shirts and the online movement will have failed if episode 9 succeeds. So it's great to get involved with Ethan and laugh at the soy jokes and the Rose Tico. I'm involved. I'm part of that shit. I'm loving it. But remember, episode 9 is the one you need to make sure gets the shit box office returns, because then the Rays and the Finns and the Poes and all those characters that we've been bitching about for the last 3 years, they're gonna be failures. Like Han Solo is already an established iconic character. You can't ruin him, like in terms of like popularity. Take it out on Rey and them.
Oh yeah, and that's another thing is I've noticed about those actors, like they are scrambling to do anything else but Star Wars as well, and not be not be pigeonholed as like those characters for forever. Like they're trying to do anything and everything they can to be like, hey, we're doing Star Wars and some other stuff as well. Watch other stuff too. Please like us. It's funny because I remember Alec Guinness really hated being known as Obi-Wan for forever. He hated it.
Tough shit. Like it made him so much money. I think he got like, what is it, 1% of the box office, or like 1/4% or something like that.
Yeah, he had a percentage of the box office. Yeah, it was crazy. So like his family and his family's family are gonna sit pretty for a while. But it's just like, but like now they're seeing like the hatred and just like the crazy stuff going on. They're like, yeah, we're gonna do anything else but Star Wars movies as well. We can't just keep doing these. Because people are gonna fucking hate us. Let's do anything else.
Well, I already do hate people like Oscar Isaac. Oh, I thought John Boyega was not a very good actor. Back when I saw Boyega, when I saw Attack the Block, I couldn't understand what he was saying, and I love Attack.
I love Attack the Block so much. But no, Oscar Isaac's he needs to do better things.
I mean, he was shitty in X-Men. And he was shitty in Star Wars. The best part is he's the only character that I can tolerate. Like he's the one. If they make him like, instead of emasculating him like they did in episode 8, like elevate him in episode what?
Said even though he was right,
he was right. What they need to do is just make him the hero of the next one and let him be like a badass pilot and some character that everyone can look up to, because I don't care how woke you want your children to be, weirdos of the 2%. Kids are going to look at like who's successful and achieves more in a movie. Like if D2 watched a movie, Dion, where one dude was lame as shit and the other guy was like the alpha male heroic, I'm sure D2 would look at that and go, he's kind of cool. That's what we would see in movies. And that's how I think little boys across the world saw Han and Luke. They're like, these guys are cool. Luke was going on a mission. Han's already been on that journey.
Well, I mean, it was all three of them. You had Kenobi, you had Luke, you had Han. You had the young rookie, the scoundrel, and then the old man who was experienced. Like you had all those characters who were all good and all good representations of like.
Well, not only that, you want to take away the conversation of these characters. So outside of having a character that my kid actually wants to fucking see, you're demonizing him making a decision on his own. So he can't not like Rey because someone's gonna be like, oh well, he's a sexist little kid. What the fuck are you talking about? Or he can't, if he sees the original trilogy and he doesn't like this new version of Lando and Han, oh well, you're a fucking bigot. Like what the fuck? Like what happened to letting the nerds have the argument amongst themselves based on the characters that are in the goddamn film?
Yeah, exactly. What happened to just like a character because of the character, not because of the way they look? I mean, yeah, the look is that's the character as well, but like their actions, their weaknesses, their strengths, things like that, that's the character as well. Like, come the fuck on.
Real quick, I saw this earlier today. The Star Wars Celebration for 2019 is going to be in Chicago.
Yeah.
Fans, do you guys want world-class bullshitters to attend?
Yes.
Yes, fans, if you want World Class Bullshitters to attend the 2019,
just look at help us get the word out there about the channel. Help us get our subscriber count up. Tell like 10 friends. We got to grow bigger because we need to make a big presence. Because we have almost 40,000 people over on YouTube.
Yeah, and like and
join,
tell those guys at that celebration as well that they need to have us there.
And we, Dion will go visit Uncle. I'm not gonna say his name on air because I don't want to give all your personal information out. We'll go visit your uncle. We'll hang out. You'll go hang out with Uncle Todd. We'll go to Chicago.
It's not his real name, so it's it's okay.
Oh well, it's either way. I don't want people to be able to put the dots, connect the dots. Trust me.
Gotcha.
Point is, fans, folks, friends of the show, if you want us to go to Chicago for Celebration 2019, we will go. We will wear our World Class Bullshitters shirts. We'll get some Soilo shirts. We'll get everything.
We'll get some Donglover shirts.
We'll get Donglover shirts. We'll get all this shit taken care of, and we will go to the show, and we will ask Kathleen Kennedy and all these people questions. Like, you guys can even tell us what to say. Like, you ask these questions about this. Why is Lando the sacrificial lamb for the pansexuality? All this other shit. Like, we will go and be that voice. We may get kicked out. We may be asked not to return, but we're gonna go.
But goddamn, we'll get it all on video somewhere or the other.
Yeah, and Dreg says he'll pay for our beers. Dregs, you do not want to offer to pay for our beers.
No.
idea.
You will go broke in moments.
You will need a third mortgage.
That is a super horrible idea because we found that out going through New Orleans when every place we ate it was like unlimited mimosas for like $10 extra. Like,
oops,
sold. You fucked up already. You fucked up.
Yeah, we'll go to Chicago. It's the close enough trip for 3 of the 4 of us. So
hey man, I'll find a way, man. I'll find a way. It's all good.
If you want to fly up, cool. If you want to drive up to me and I'll drive us, even better.
We'll figure something out.
I'll drive to Cincinnati and then drive up because I mean it's longer to drive to Cincinnati, but I would rather not drive to Chicago by myself. I've done that travel so many times. In the middle of Illinois sucks.
Yeah, we'll figure something out when even when that comes up. So
no, it's happening. They've already announced that it's happening in Chicago. I'll look into getting us tickets.
Shit!
You see, folks, this is what happens when World Class Bullshitters has Patreon and big numbers like this because we can do crazy shit like this.
Oh man, that. we would just have like a countdown clock or going for that.
Wild Cuntlock says, can't you get shot at home for a lot less? Yes, I live in St. Louis, so I know I can.
Hell, I live in Atlanta, man. Trust me.
Yeah, do you know Donglover personally?
We had a streak of 12 murders in 12 days in St. Louis, so I think I could pull that off if I needed to.
Jeez.
By the way, one of the listeners of the show, I think they've picked up a Donglover shirt. Yeah, they did.
Good. Awesome.
You know who you are. Thank you very much. I don't want to give your name out on air, but you get a thumbs up from World Class.
I'm going to put that everywhere. I'm going to find that right now and put that on Facebook.
Sir. You know what? Heavenly Piercing Man. I'm going to make. You know what? We're stealing it. Soilabration. That's going to be our
Soilabration. Okay.
Yeah.
I'll buy that for $1.
We're going to have our
on the show. You get all this shit for free.
Good point. I like that too.
We'll go and we'll just, we'll roll in. We'll have like little jackets on, and then when we get in past the security, boom.
Hang on. Clone Trooper 2224 says Kenny will play Finn in episode 9. Does he mean me play? I will do it only if I can do blackface.
I don't think people realize you're even Kenny.
I might slap you for that one.
Oh my god!
I'm just trying to get into character. Are you mad at Robert Downey Jr. for Tropic Thunder?
He ain't being an asshole when he does it.
Yeah, what the fuck? How is he not being an asshole? Kirk Lazarus talking about crawdads, yeah. Saucy down in San Antone.
It's because his stupidity is part of his character. I know
and mine isn't.
I in a cruise with this motherfucker. He was that stupid.
Oh my god!
You know what, Dregs? Instead of bringing us 4 cases of beer, just come hang out with us.
Yeah, just do that.
Those 4 cases of beer.
We gonna change your life, motherfucker.
Yeah, you know what? We'll get as many people as we can to come hang out with us in Chicago. It'll be. Well, let me look at the dates.
We will call it our Kennedy rally.
People will hate that table because of alcohol. We'll just be drinking and having a good time the whole time. People will fucking hate us.
Good. I already hate Chicago.
Let's see when. Okay, the announce. Oh wait, tickets go on sale June 5th at 10 a.m.
Oh my god!
I'll get us tickets.
Oh man,
I'll get us tickets for all the days. So you guys are gonna have to make it. We're gonna go all the days.
Fuck it, let's do it.
Just tell me of the days so I can put it on the calendar.
Yeah.
All right. Well, April 11th through the 15th.
Oh, that's
Next
plenty of
year.
time to get ready for that.
And now we got to find out when WrestleMania is.
Probably around the
35.
same time.
Right around the same time.
I think WrestleMania. Oh, WrestleMania is the week before. So
Okay. Oh, fuck. So
Back to
much
back.
money being spent. So
It's like
much.
a
That's
double
okay.
header.
it is a doubleheader.
Oh my god.
So friends of the show, don't get upset with us next April because there's not going to be a lot of content, or it's going to be kind of half-assed because we're going out of town to produce content. So
Yeah, well, there may be a lot of live streams from cell phones and stuff. So like, stay tuned.
That's right.
Nick is going to take his camera. We're going to film as much as
Oh
we
my
can.
god, I'm gonna do that.
If the actors from the new movies are there, I'm going to interview them, or at least attempt to interview them. So.
Yeah, actually, you might want to look into the whole press thing and see how that works. If you can put in your name to interview those people.
We are members of the press.
We are members of the press, but I would
not respected or liked by that group.
I would put money down that we're on a do not talk to list.
Oh yeah.
Because to be fair, I can't give out names and information, but I got another insider that has contacted me that told me about some shit at Hasbro. And I can't make a video of like the specifics because he asked me not to, but there's a lot of shit going on behind the scenes at Hasbro that's very interesting. So maybe we'll talk off air or something. But
right on,
yeah,
man, right on.
Those toy videos are actually hitting them. Those are the ones that we're really making a dent with. Yeah, it's fun.
Really?
To talk about
Like they're like people are, I guess, sharing them and watching them so much that it's actually getting back to Hasbro.
Yeah, it's getting back to Hasbro. You realize how many combined
dude.
the toy videos have like 1 million views.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Shit, man. That's fucking ridiculous.
Oh, dude! Today I was cutting through the toy section of my local Walmart, and the Star Wars section, which was like half an aisle worth of shelves, is down to a small, like just little section of it, and there was a bunch missing there because they were all like closed out and rolled back, and so the pegs were empty, and they weren't filling them back up.
Question: did they have Grand Moff Tarkin?
No.
If you see Grand Moff Tarkin, send him to me because I hate Star Wars, but I gotta own Grand Moff Tarkin.
You mean Grand Moff Dick Nixon?
Yeah. Let's see. So the episode, I guess we're starting to slow down. I feel like this was a really strong episode. It started out with Deadpool, and Deadpool was good. We all gave it a good score, but the bread and butter here is Star Wars, and goddamn, now I'm really excited to go to this convention and make it happen. Like, and if you're a fan of World Class Bullshitters and you don't want to feed the beast of Star Wars and you want to hang out with us, we'll find a way to hang out in Chicago where you don't even have to pay to go to the convention. We'll all go to Giordano's or something.
Yeah.
Goose Island. We'll go to the Goose Island Brewery thing. That's where Lunchbox had his rehearsal dinner and shit. I spit on Wrigley Field, felt proud of myself, and then got yelled at for having an open container because I did not know that was against the rules there.
Super chat from Tope Daddy. I fear Marvel Phase 4 going full SJW. Captain Marvel, Miss Marvel, and other new movies. Could Infinity War be our apex and everything else is downhill? Yeah, actually,
yeah.
It could be.
I'm gonna go into.
Even if you take the
I wouldn't say SJW. They like money too much.
No. Here's the thing: even if SJW is out, Infinity War will never be matched. Like Part 2 could be good, but we've reached that apex.
Mm-hmm. It's not going to be bigger than it. I mean, what's it? I don't even know what they're going to call the sequel. I would, whatever. But even then, just Infinity War is just too crazy.
Yeah, I do see though there's a trend with trying to incorporate these newer characters to appease the internet audience. Even if we don't use the phrase SJW, I'll just say the internet audience, the people that don't really like comics or these movies, but they want to be in on the trendy shit. Like that's like if this Miles Morales movie, it'll be the first Spider-Man film I don't see in theaters. When I take it back, I didn't see Amazing Spider-Man 2. It'll be the first Spider-Man movie that I don't even watch ever. Like I watched Amazing Spider-Man 2 out of curiosity. I just don't like Miles Morales' character. It has nothing to do with his color. It's just a stupid. You don't need multiple Spider-Mans. Just one, Peter Parker, his story, and that's it. Disney is gonna try to pull that shit because for some reason they think it's cool and trendy, but it doesn't make money. Look at Star Wars. Just look at Star Wars.
Yeah, look at the Marvel comics. I mean, they've been dying for forever now because they keep pulling that shit.
Yeah, it's been a rough couple of years, and the guy over at Diversity in Comics, your boy Zach, he's been getting shit left and right. People are trying to. He made like $250,000 to print his comic book, and people are still trying to fuck with him.
Jeez, man.
Yeah, it's getting really stupid over there.
What do you mean they're trying to fuck with him? Like, are they trying to like? What are they doing?
They're trying to block his. They're trying to block him
Okay,
from selling the book.
That's
Based on what?
Based on his book being sexist or racist or whatever it's supposed to be.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Oh my
well.
god.
I mean, even then, I mean, does he own the book outright? Is it his? Is it his material?
Yes.
Okay, then he's fine then because if people are giving money to it and they want it that badly, he can fucking sell online and just rake in the money by himself and not give it to anybody. He can go to conventions or whatever. And things like that. He can go to do whatever he wants with it. Then if it's his own shit, he can sell it. He can sell it under the trunk of his car at a fucking strip mall, and like they can't do shit to him.
Mm.
Anyway, our cunt Wild Warlock is back. He says, "Big Beetlejuice or Big Trouble in Little China?"
Beetlejuice.
Big Trouble in China.
Beetlejuice.
That's tight. Yeah. I wish more fans would send in super chats like this. We could do an entire show of this or that, and it would be the happiest night of my life.
It'd be fun as fuck.
It would be. I'm just like knee jerk responses. Like these are two things. Pick one. It's like all right.
Hang on. The Mr. Pete channel also says make 6X shirts for us fat guys. We know our audience. And Sean Carson says Queen of the SJWs is playing Captain Marvel. Disaster.
Who asked about the 6X shirts?
The Mr. Pete channel, friend of the show.
Mr. Pete channel. I would gladly make you a 6X shirt, but the supplier Gildan only offers up to 5X.
We will cut the canvas for you.
Yeah, I gotta just find a place to sell 6X blank shirts, because the way it works now is that I basically design the shirts, I send them off to a drop shipper, and I pay them, and then I get to keep the rest. And it's not really a lot. It's like a couple bucks a shirt. I'm getting my own equipment, and once the website launches with my own equipment, I will do my best to get bigger size shirts, because I wear odd sizes. Like I don't even need I wear like a 2XLT and like polo shirts and stuff like that. And you can't find tall shirts in your local store. So believe me, I understand the plight that you go through. Dion knows too. He's been clothes shopping with me.
Goddamn right.
Ain't fun. It's not that bad though. I just go, never mind. We're not getting into that.
Yeah, so that worked out pretty well too.
Dude, I like, never mind. We'll talk off air. my clothing preferences aren't relevant to anybody on the show. Let's see. We got a couple of fan mails here. A good friend, Jason White. He says he saw the video of Ethan wearing the Rose Tico wig. He's taking his first steps, and the next thing you know, it's goodbye horses. He started watching Miami Vice, and he's enjoyed it. And he likes the Hyman joke on the Live and Let Die commentary. Yes.
God. Well, here's the thing about Ethan. Love the guy. Can somebody please hire him a like 2 Rose Tico strippers just to go ahead and get that out of the way.
He's
somebody
a married man.
Send them to him, or like get him at a convention and just have it happen, because like the man is Rose Tico crazy. Like he's gonna have a tattoo on his forehead real soon. It's gonna happen.
I'll join his Patreon page if he gets a Rose Tico tattoo.
if he does Indiegogo for to pay for it, I'm gonna put in some money. I'm just saying.
He's rich. Don't.
Are we skipping the Jeff story of the week?
No, we're not. I was just we'll close out with that. I just wanted to read a couple things from the people, because this is a disjointed episode. By the way,
this one's a beauty, and it's from Louisiana, where we were just at.
I promise you, I will not close this episode out before we read the Jeff story of the week.
Okay.
Back to Jason White's email, though. He enjoyed Miami Vice. He loved the Hyman joke, and he was on the Commando commentary. I wanted to bring this up to our friends, our patrons, all that stuff. You guys can be on shows with us and all kinds of good stuff like that. And we just wanted to bring up that we're gonna have a Commando commentary coming up soon. I'll release it. Here's the thing with This Week in Star Wars and all these videos coming out. It's kind of hard to know when to put stuff out at the right time. So I'm just trying to figure that out. Like if you've been on the show or certain things like that, we're not trying to blow you off or anything like that. It's just been, the channel's grown so much lately, and I'm the one that makes all the videos. It's kind of hard to know when this is that. And it's been I don't even realize it's almost June. Like this has been the weirdest year for me ever, but I'm not complaining once. Like I love it. I'm so excited that we're doing all this shit. It's just the wildest year of my life. But yeah, guys, get onto a commentary. Come hang out with us. Let's have some fun.
Mm-hmm. You get to pick the movie.
Yeah, we don't pick the movie. We don't do any of that stuff. This one's a little long. I just want to. This comes from Lucas RB. He just wanted to tell. Well, hold on. This text got really small. You know, Kendo, you pull up your Jeff story of the week, and I'll glean this email for some stuff.
Yes, sir. Our Jeff story of the week come to us from Monroe, Louisiana. Upon returning home from work Tuesday, a Louisiana resident discovered a woman naked in her bathtub and eating her Cheetos, police reported. According to the arrest affidavit, the victim found the stranger inside her Monroe home around 5 p.m. When she confronted the intruder, the woman told cops the naked burglar claimed that an unknown male told her to break into the victim's house. Cops responding to a 911 call identified the naked woman as Evelyn Washington, a 29-year-old Monroe resident, whose home is a little more than a mile away from the victim's house. Washington apparently entered the home through a broken window. An officer noted that she observed the bathtub to be full of water and a plate of food along with half-eaten Cheetos belonging to the victim on the toilet next to the tub. Washington was arrested for burglary and criminal damage to property. She's currently locked up in lieu of an $8,000 bond.
What the fuck?
So, for some reason, a guy that she didn't know said, break into that house. So she did. Got naked and decided to take a bath and eat Cheetos.
I love America.
I love naked burgers.
I don't know what to do with that because, like, she didn't steal anything. She just kind of broke in and was like, man, I'm gonna.
She stole Cheetos.
Okay,
those aren't her
okay.
Cheetos.
Okay,
Petty
all right.
theft.
We got another super chat from Mr. Pete channel. I'm a 4X, but I like room. 5X is good. Soil Liberation. I can make you a 5X shirt. All you got to do is shoot me a personal message, and we can. My distributor, but Etsy doesn't go up to 5X, but my distributor does. So if you need 5X shirts, we're your guy. Believe me, I've made many shirts for Phil.
I thought he was a 12X.
Oh,
God
dude,
damn.
All joking aside, I didn't buy tickets for Phil or Dan because I haven't talked to Dan in like 3 weeks. I know he's alive because he sends memes all the time, but he doesn't.
No, I found out the Cunt Wild Warlock came back and said most of my porn start that way. I'm guessing he's talking about a naked woman eating Cheetos.
Oh.
I like this guy.
Could you send us a link over on our Pornhub channel? I'd like to see some Cheeto porn.
Which, by the way, our Pornhub video has been taken down.
Yeah, I'm heartbroken. You know what the weird thing is? Like the Pornhub video we had like thousands and thousands of views.
Did it really?
Yeah, really.
We'll have to make more.
Yeah, it seemed like we were really trying to make stuff work in the earlier days with Dustin and maybe trying to do like a news show and this and that and the other. And thank God it happened eventually. That's all I can say. So thank God it happened eventually.
You just got to get some fresh blood in here that doesn't suck dick.
And you're that guy, Kendo.
That's right.
So, is there anything else we want to cover? This email from Lucas, I'm going to read this and respond off air. Lucas, I'd like to thank you for taking the time to write us. And I'm glad you enjoy the show. And I'm glad you're becoming more active online and talking about stuff. I'll check out this Star Wars. Wait. He wanted to tell us about a Star Wars book called Rose Tico Resistance Fighter.
What the fuck?
Crash her car in that one too?
I got a crazy Asian lady story to tell you off air.
Star Wars After Hours.
Yeah, it's pretty much an after-hour story. It might be offensive to some.
After hours.
Yeah. It'll be after dark too, if you know what I mean.
Oh!
So yeah, there's a Rose Tico Resistance Fighter book by Jason Fry. It looks lame.
Fixed the plumbing problem. I'm Rose Tico. May the force be with you.
If they want to sell me a Rose Tico figure, sell me one with a plunger and like shit stains on her jumpsuit.
That's accurate.
She just looks like she smells like perspiration and onions. Yeah, I'm not a Rose Tico fan.
No,
dude, she smells like dude sweat.
Looks don't bother me. You're a fucking shitty character who fucking plumbs toilets. Calm the fuck down.
With a taser.
Yeah, calm down.
I'm glad none of the plumbers I've ever had come over had tasers, or smelled like kimchi, or wore potato sacks.
Dude, all joking aside,
their cars into mine.
Kimchi is one of the worst things I've ever eaten. Jake, our old buddy Dion, had kimchi in the fridge at the apartment, and
yeah,
pop it in there, bro. Pop it in. No.
Jeez.
So, let's close this episode out properly. This has been World Class Bullshitters. Every Thursday night and now a Friday morning show, we take a dump on the world of pop culture. If you like this show, make sure you give it a thumbs up and share it everywhere you can. If you haven't already, join our Facebook page. There's no excuse not to. There are thousands of people over there. It's a lot of fun. It's like this. You don't have to ask if traps are gay. You can just go over there, talk about Star Wars, share memes. All joking aside, the meme of the week thing has actually made my weeks a lot better because I'll be, working on a video and I need a little break. I pull up my phone and there's just memes and memes and memes like Shilligan's Island. Like that was amazing. That is the best series of memes in a long time. Like I'm blown away by the creativity of our fans. So thank you for all of that. Nick, before we close this out, tell people about Frankenthug.
All right, I will. The movie is about little Dave, the violent leader of the Satan's Own, who executes a local dealer. No one expected anything to come of it, especially not the dealer's brother, Brooklyn. But a family friend has other plans that include the resurrection of a ton of weed.
Gucci.
Out of control and out for blood, Frankenthug takes it to the streets. Brooklyn must team up with a biker chick named Corey to help find and save his brother from being gunned down again.
Gucci.
That's a synopsis I got. But buy Frankenthug, buckshortproductions.com. Go to their store, give them some money, buy the movie. You won't be disappointed. I swear to God.
It is a fun watch. It goes quick, well paced, and the intermission is amazing.
Also, you have special features. You have behind the scenes. You get to see me struggle with the camera and be on set and
coconuts over his head.
Yeah, trying not to die while filming the movie. You have the music video. You have the picture gallery. You got all kinds of shit on there. So it's worth your, I think, $20.
Whoa, guys, we have some news. Star Wars Obi-Wan Kenobi movie timeline and director reportedly revealed.
Okay.
Hooray.
Yeah, so it looks like the Obi-Wan movie will not be an origin story, thank God. It will take place on Tatooine while Luke Skywalker is an infant in the care of Uncle Owen and Aunt Beru, according to TMZ, which has access to production bulletins. Oh, sorry. There's an ad playing on my screen.
So we could get Ewan McGregor then.
It has to be Ewan McGregor.
He said that he's willing to do another one. So
the Jedi Master has become a hermit and secretly watches over Anakin Skywalker's son. However, a war between the farmers and sand people bring Kenobi out of hiding, defending
That's like real life.
This sounds like Gran Torino in space.
Get off my sand trap.
Stephen Daldry, the hours attached to direct. Additionally, there were rumors that Obi-Wan Kenobi has already been in the early stages of pre-production. I guess the Fantha Tracks thing was kind of accurate. Huh.
That's...
Now, if he becomes pansexual, I'm just going to burn it to the ground. Not literally,
If he fucks a sand person, I'm done. I'm sorry. No more.
There are women.
No. There's a way to make it happen. If he's fucking the sand person and the whole time she's like, when he's banging her, I'm in. I'm sold. I'm 100% in. It has to happen that way.
Sicario in space. Spicario. Sounds like Jeff Spicoli. By the way, thanks to all the people who are now picking up these Donglover shirts. I'm not going to read your names on air because they're your real names and I don't want to embarrass you.
But we appreciate it.
Yeah, more than they're moving now, so cool. And like with the Soilo shirts, when they're gone, they're gone. So thank you to all those people who have picked up a Donglover shirt. I'll make you a promise. If you wear this shirt out in public and tweet us a picture, I'll give you a shout out and you can plug anything you want on the show. Like anything. It doesn't matter if you want to plug your Xbox gamer tag to meet people or anything like that. But wear your shirt out in public and we will promote you till the end of time.
Yeah. But let us, obviously send us a picture and stuff like that as well so we know that you worn out.
They're called Warlock. I love this guy.
What'd he say?
Guys, they are called Muslims, not sand people.
Oh my God.
Here it is.
God
Space
damn.
Muslims. Spuzzlums.
Frank Bullen, I would wear that on the Marvel set if I'm allowed back.
What?
Oh my God.
Somebody wants a tiny Don Glover shirt. We could.
Oh, that's funny. That's funny.
We can make anything happen. I know Photoshop. So, folks, thank you for watching this week's show. If you're one of our people that listens to us on Podbean or iTunes or anything like that, just a little bit of an update. For some reason, it took days for the video to be processed on YouTube for us to be able to download it and upload it as an MP3. So it wasn't my intention to make you guys wait for that. But the new format of the live stream of the show and all that has been really, really successful and really, really fun. Because, I mean, we're laughing at all these jokes from the chat, and it kind of keeps the show a little more fresh and organic. It's less structured. So that's why we're doing it live this way, the Bill O'Reilly style. So
Doing it live.
Yeah, fuck it. So I just want to let you guys know, if you are waiting, it's not intentional. As soon as it will render and let us download it, we'll upload it to iTunes right away. I kind of was liking the Friday thing, but it seems like the numbers are up for Monday as well. So either way, you guys are getting everything.
Yeah.
And Dreg's listening to us on Podbean, and he's listening to the old stuff as well as the new stuff. Thank you, Dregs. I like the Podbean stuff because I went back and added music and tried to up the quality. It was just, it was doing work, but I didn't have to produce more content. So I enjoyed doing that. And yes, Blue Watcher, you will see us next week for the hilarious solo review.
Yeah.
I will do it here on World Class Bullshitters, and then I'll try to get EVS over here for another video where we talk about Soilo. I haven't asked him yet, but I'm sure he's free unless he's wearing a wig and jerking into Rose Tico in the dark with lipstick on. But if he can step away from his, his fetish for a while, we'll get him on the show. Yeah, maybe I'll invite him on the show. Who knows?
Dion had the Asian fetish.
Yeah, but Dion,
it's called yellow fever. Get with it.
Well, I know, but I got yelled at for saying cholo the other week, so I didn't want to say that and be accused of more racist talk.
Fine, I said yellow fever. That's what I said.
That's all right. You're a protected class. You're Samoan.
I'll throw a fucking coconut at you. I swear to God. Don't fuck with
bring
me.
the turkey legs. I'll bring the mayonnaise.
God
on
damn it.
turkey and mayonnaise?
Well, it's gonna be for him. I'm
Okay.
gonna eat the turkey without the mayonnaise. I ain't a savage.
Hey, you have it with mayonnaise. You haven't lived yet, sir. Okay, you haven't lived yet. All right. You don't know what you're missing.
They're turning the
Alright.
brothers gay. Yeah, they are. I heard that earlier today.
Do what?
Somebody in the comments said they're turning the brothers gay. That's what my mom said verbatim. Yes, Orange 42. That's not Paul. No, he's Orange Fender 42 or something like that. Anyway, yeah, Orange 42. We did see the Entertainment Tonight Canada review. I'm a big fan of that guy, Roz Weston. Made a little video about it. I would love to get Roz Weston on the show. As we grow, we can get people like him on to discuss film, Star Wars. It would just be entertaining to talk to someone who has interned with Howard Stern and it really knows about proper journalism, because you get a lot of these people online that don't know jack shit that portray themselves as, oh, I'm a film journalist, I'm a real critic. No, you're a dick in Cleveland, Ohio that goes to a movie theater at 4:30 in the afternoon and sits in front of a camera spaced out in front of your Dragon Ball Z action figures, and you call yourself a critic. You're a dick.
Kamiha.
He probably just skims the movie anyway.
Oh my God.
Well, thanks to everyone who enjoyed this episode of the show. It definitely picked up at the end. And as always, I've been your host, Jeff Hicks.
Man with the plan and the original tan. You're welcome, bitch.
I've been your friendly neighborhood Simone saying, go by Frankenthug, please.
I've been Kendo. Remember, folks, it's a dog eat dog world. Unless you're in Korea, then it's just an eat dog world.
Beep boop. So if you're a patron of the show, we're going to get off air and we're going to go over and record World Class Bullshitters after hours. It'll be after dark because Dion's got to go to bed for work in the morning. So expect that. And if you're a patron of the channel, let me know what you guys think of World Class Bullshitters After Hours. I love doing it. We're not trying to get rid of it at all. I just want to know what you guys think.
Yeah. Give us something to talk about so we just don't ramble on forever.
Yeah. What would you
Real
like
quick.
us to have on Patreon?
Real quick, somebody in the comments section, give us topics to talk about over on World Class Bullshitters After Hours. We'll wait.
We're waiting. Rose is
No.
a man. That's not a topic. We already knew that.
Yeah. See you later, Space Cowboy. You too, Dio Brondo.
Spow boy.
Spot. Counselor.
Love it. Swear more. Fuck. We do that enough.
Yeah, the show's called World Class Bullshitters. I don't
Yeah.
know what else. I don't know what else.
Bill Cosby.
Yeah, we'll talk about Bill Cosby.
You see, the key is getting the roofies in their pudding.
Commando versus Raw Deal. I haven't seen Raw Deal in years.
It's a great movie, but
so
Commander
long.
every time.
Yeah. I was gonna-
Jason Theme Park, you want me to talk about YouTuber shilling or theme park YouTuber shilling? like the guy Defunct Land. I didn't know he was a shill.
Saw you later, alligator. I like that one. Saw you later.
But drunk commentary on Soilo? Yes, eventually.
Yeah, sure.
We'll talk about The Rock again. Thorlax attacks. Always. I got a shelf full of Rock action figures.
Michael Alonso says we should talk about Jesus, but he didn't give a last name. So which Jesus are you wanting to talk about? I work with the Jesus.
The only Jesus? The one and only?
You know,
I work with
shove a
a
lightning bolt
Jesus.
up your ass.
I work with a Jesus Delgado. He's a cool dude. I'll talk about him.
Jesus the cat?
Okay.
Okay, anyway. Goddamn, get Dion off the show. We don't like people stealing white women.
He's only stole one.
That we know of.
He didn't have to steal Hillary. She stole him.
Oh,
Greens, a love Star Wars story.
Twist, Dion's pansexual.
All right, the show's over. I'll see you next week, folks.